Hi all and welcome to the DevLook at GearCity. And if you think this game looks old school, well, it kinda does. And the good thing about it is that it also plays old school. Very, very old school. This game is very reminiscent of very old school titles from Sierra, like say Detroit. I would even go as far as to say that it was influenced by it, and I mean even the developers say so themselves. The company is developed by a company called Vent, Visual Entertainment and Technologies. And there's just 7 guys there, and what's even more surprising, I would say, that there's just one programmer. This is a business simulator or a tycoon game, and as you might guess by looking at the logo, it's a car tycoon game. I've played it for about 4 hours, and it took me about an hour before that to just see through all the videos, tutorial videos that they have. They currently have them outside of the game on YouTube, so I have to actually watch them first to figure out how it works. And I failed horribly the first 2 times, you know, just to get how the game works. Let's start our overview from going to the settings menu. So this game is done on the Ogre 3D open source engine. I mean, it looks okay. Most of the game is anyway played through the menus because it's a business simulation game. But you have a decent amount of resolutions here, so you can even pick 32 and 16-bit style of graphics, and then you can pick between OpenGL and DirectX. OpenGL did not work good for me on Windows at least. So this game will be available for Mac and Linux later. At the moment it's just Windows. And then you have your mouse sensitivity, map sensitivity, volume, only one slider unfortunately, but I don't remember if the game actually has any sound effects. I think it just goes down to the music and that's it. You can pick the language, currently there's just English, and then you can enable shadows and shaders for the 3D models. Alright, let's load the game that I have, the successful one, and see how you played it. Alright, so that's my office, and that's from where I control pretty much everything. As you can see, this is very, very reminiscent of old school tycoon games. All of this is, well, this is all your menus. So what do you do in this game? Well, you sell cars, and not only that, but before you can sell them, you have to develop the car. So I guess let's start from the most interesting part of the game, and let's look at the R&D department where you can actually create a car. Okay, so the cars are developed in components. So before you can create a car, you have to design the pieces. And let's start with chassis, and you have 2 ways. You can do an advanced design or assisted. I will show you the advanced design, but I've got no idea how this works. It's so freaking complicated, I don't even want to try to figure that out because this is just too crazy. So when you pick an advanced design, you can actually pick very, very detailed features of this design. You know, what will be the rear suspension, the front suspension, you can name chassis, and then if you press oh wait, this is my old one, so if you press OK, you will get even more things to tweak. So here you go. This is the dimensions of chassis, and you know, you can play around with it, and it will affect the characteristics, it will affect the cost. And then you have this advice that basically helps you tweak them properly so that it won't be total crap and not viable. And I think this is actually insane. You have all these hundreds of like sliders that you can tweak around, and you know, if you're really into that stuff, you will probably enjoy this. But I'm not that crazy. Let's just cancel. And let's make it assisted. So assisted is a really simple one. You just have 3 sliders. You can pick a size that will affect the price and as well the dimensions of the wheelbase and the engine size. Let's say we want to, yeah, first you can pick the vehicle type. So let's say we want to build a pickup, I guess. Or was it sedan? Pickup truck, here we go. Alright, so we want to build a pickup. Come on, game, stop lagging. This game does have some UI problems. Yeah, as you can see, it's, I mean, early access, you know, I think it's in beta now, so most of the stuff is pretty much finished. I didn't have too much problems with it, but some of the UI pieces are a bit quirky. Sometimes, not all the time again, so it's kind of strange. So you have 3 sliders. You can adjust the size. It will affect the wheelbase, frame weight, and the engine size. Then you can adjust design complexity. This will affect mostly the price, weight, and then your characteristics. So let's make it, I guess, simple. No one wants complex pickups. And then you can change the pricing of unit to make it more expensive, and obviously the characteristics will be better, or cheaper, then the price will be lower, but the characteristics will be lower as well. You can name your chassis. I think these names are generated randomly every time, and well, that works for me. Okay, then we have to design the engine. Let's do assisted one. So we need the pickup truck engine, and again you have this oh god, here we go again. Come on. Okay, so you can change the size, so you have to make sure that this size actually fits into your chassis that you made. I made a horrible mistake several times because I made the chassis that is just too big for the, the engine that is just too big for the chassis, and then I have to design another engine that was smaller to fit in there. So you have to be kind of careful about that. Okay, so pickup should be powerful, right? Let's make it like 30 horsepower. Alright, and then maybe a bit more expensive to make the characteristics better. Okay, build this one. And the last component is the gearbox. So there you just have, okay, pickup truck, and you have just one slider, basically that affects all the characteristics. So this is kind of, you know, okay, let's just do something like this. Alright, that's it. Then you have to let your team develop it. Alright, the game decided to crash, but I just repeated the same stuff and designed the components for pickup. So actually this is the first crash I experienced. I think it might be related to my recording software, so I did not experience any crashes for over like 4 or 5 hours of gameplay. But yeah, so we've designed our car, and now you have to wait until the research team actually designs the schematics for it. So the game is turn-based, and here you have your clock, which is your turns, basically. So let's wait a bit. Okay, let's skip a few turns and wait until the designs are actually developed. So every time you skip a turn, you skip 1 month. Let's see how many more we need to... Yeah, here we go. So this report's lit up. So here we can see all the different events that happened. The important ones I usually highlight this stack. So increase gains. Yeah, here you go. Research complete. So we've researched Voyage. I've got no idea which part was it, but we still need to wait for 2 more. So it should be finished soon. Alright, here we go, 1 more, and the last one is done. Okay, now we have all the pieces that we need to design a car. So let's go to R&D department again and design a vehicle. So again, you can do advanced stuff and go through all those crazy pieces and tweak it to your, you know, content of your heart, but I'll just do the simple one because this is already complex enough for me. Okay, let's say we want to make it a bit more complex maybe. Then we want to increase the design style, and then we'll make it a bit maybe more expensive. Actually, if I make it more complex, we'll get more cargo, which is good. So I guess something like this would work. Alright, so you can again name your car model. Yeah, children sounds like a nice name for a pickup. Okay, then we come to the most, I guess, the unique feature of this game. which is designing the car. So let's see what we have here. This looks like a horrible pickup. This looks better. So you can pick a body. Okay, this looks like a bit better pickup. Let's take this one, I guess. And then you can modify it. So I don't think this actually affects any of the gameplay characteristics or whatever, because they are affected by you can actually move. They are affected by the properties that you choose before. But you know, this is a nice touch. You can customize your car and make it look unique. And there is a lot of things to do here. So you have all those features, and then you have additional, like you can front, rear of the car, all of that stuff. Then you can put on the various things like tires. Oh, we have new tires here. Okay, so it comes along with a nice mirroring system, so you don't actually have to, like, you know, do all manually copy paste tires or whatever. So it's in white. Care about that. Maybe wheels large. Yeah, let's make it a bit larger or something like this. And then mirror it to the other side. Okay, and then put those wheels on the back, because smaller wheels on the back make sense, right? But no, stay here. Okay, let's mirror it. Looks okay. Then we can, or we can put here as well tires, headlights. Sure, we need headlights. Let's make it a that looks perfect, I guess. That just what? That was the wrong button. All right, here we go, and then finished. Okay, then what we have as well, mirrors. Yeah, we need mirrors. Let's put some, and somewhere here, I guess. All right. And then maybe we need some tail lights as well. Nope. Tail lights, like those ones. Can we mirror it? Ah, perfect. Yeah, so here we go. Our nice car. Then you can change the paint. So there's quite a lot of colors. Maybe not the best way to pick the color, but well. Okay, come on. I want the red one here. Okay, perfect. Looks like a very nice pickup car. So finished. You can save your design for future. Let's name it pickup. I'm very original, I know. And press design button. So this will again send it off to your research team, and you have to wait until it's designed. All right, the same way that was with the components. So we'll wait a bit more. Now that takes quite a while. Your normal coupe or sedan cars was actually quite fast to design. Ah, here we go. All right, and we have actually new models. Nice. So the game actually features the history events, like real ones, and some additional history-based mechanics. So it's kind of cool. Okay, we have our. There's the new vehicle type. Okay, cool. So now we can actually put it into production. You do this using, oh, the map changed. All right, that's kind of awesome. So obviously when the era changes, the map changes as well. Cool. Okay, so as you can see, this is the map of the game, and those are all the cities that you can build your factories and distributions in. So the red ones are the ones that have distributions, and the green ones are the ones that have my factories. I think, yeah, here are some free lanes. So we can put, where's my pickup actually? Hey, was it not developed yet? Alright, I guess we have to wait a bit longer. Let's see. And did I mess something up? Ah. Stock increase, monster pro, research complete. Okay, now we have it. Okay. Good. Alright, so we can go back to factory, as I was saying. and control the production. So here we go. Here I have here's our new children car. Let's assign one production lane and assign, like, let's make 50 of those cars. So this will create a lane that will produce 50 cars in one turn. I just want to see how well will they sell. And then we can go to the distribution branch and say, all right, so here's our children pickup. It costs us, it's actually quite cheap to produce, so it's just 867 bucks. Then I want to sell it for, I don't know, 1,500, I guess. Let's try. So let's sell it here. And so it's, as you might imagine, it's a bit of a pain to do this for all of your distribution branches. So that's why you have this kind of central hub which you can use to sell your car or assign it to everywhere. Okay, you have this auto commands, sell everywhere. We pick our children car and say, okay, 1,500. That's it. So now it's been sold in all the regions, so you don't have to do this manually, which is very nice and convenient. All right, let's keep a turn and see how well or bad we've done. Okay, so as you can see here, here's our report. So we produced 30 and then sold all of them. So that means we can increase the production rate. I haven't played around with prices too much, but really figuring out the how much you can sell is actually the key to making profit here. Okay, 120. Yeah, let's try 120 first. So you just look at the reports, and based on them you design new cars, you figure out how much you need to produce and things like this. So you have your typical sales report, you can pick them city by city or by type, and there's a lot of reports here. You can see your expenses, you can see your revenues, obviously. So this is like, as you see, London is a bit better than Berlin, so those are my most profitable cities. I don't think I have, okay, this feature is not yet here, so the contracts is something that will be here. Then you have nice charts for quite a lot of things. So I guess the reports will be your main tool when you decide what exactly you want to do. So here, for example, the body style demand report. This says us, okay, the pickup trucks are actually in high demand, so that was a correct choice. I should have looked here before designing the car. But yeah, and vehicle demands. So as you can see, there is, I guess that was a bit too long now. There is a lot of pretty detailed reports, and the cool thing about it is that you can even create your own reports, so user-generated reports. I don't have any. Delete report, wait, generate report. Yeah, and this is all the properties that you can actually add to report, and you can add, I think, up to 5 or something like this. This is pretty insane. I mean, I'm someone who enjoys playing the business management games, but not too much into them. Find this just, some kind of crazy amount of customization. Add to this the historical events and the cities actually have characteristics based on the history. So you can actually see here we have resources, fuel prices, labor scale, manufacturing growth, capacity, infrastructure, and some of the cities are obviously better for production and others are better for selling your stuff. So it's kind of, you have to consider all of this, and then you have AIs based on real companies, and it's kind of insane how much stuff this game has going for it. And then you have your vehicle reviews, which actually is quite amusing. So you can see the reviews for the cars you've designed. They are quite funny to read. So let's see what they write about our pickup. Car grooming the children to be good. Oh, that's nice. So this vehicle is typical. Safety concerns, enough to save your life. So it's a decent vehicle. Performance to be poor. Well, what do you want from a pickup? So yeah, it's kind of funny. And then what else? Those are reports. You have your music player, yeah, obviously. So the music is also, as you might have noticed already, quite reminiscent of the old school games, old school tycoons. You can contact your HR, and if you want, you can actually manage the salaries and employees yourself. But again, this is way too crazy for me. So there are lobbies, so you can actually lobby stuff. I'm not sure how this works, and I haven't tried that yet. But I mean, there's a lot of things going on. So you have news. I guess I have to first close this. Here we go. We have news here. So those actually affect the trading and your, you know, you have stock market here and competitors and things like this. So if we go into save, actually, you have a gun which doesn't work, so I'm not sure why I have that. Have a teddy bear, which is your favorite, doesn't do anything. Then you have your banking tab, I guess, or banking menu. You can deposit money to a bank for interest. So as you can see, I have 5 million deposited for 0.0 for blah, blah, blah interest. That's not too much, I guess. So we have 13, we can actually deposit a bit more. So we now have 5,000 income per month just from our deposit. You can take a loan if you want, but I personally found that, you know, either you are successful or you are failing really quick. I'm not sure why what you want loan. Maybe there is some like kind of crisis simulation or something. And then I have a stock market. So as you can see, I'm currently a private company. I did not do any IPO or whatever. So if I would do IPO, I will generate approximately 11 millions at $70 per share, which is not that much. So I don't want to do that. Then you have different competitor companies. So those do not have any logos yet, I guess. The names are, yeah, quite funny. So I have shares of Forward, which is basically Ford. Let's buy some more. So how much money do I have? I have 6, so I can spend like 3 mils on them. Then you can see, you know, what the stock price was, how it changed. If so I own like 4%, and you can actually take over the company if you buy enough shares, which is also kind of crazy. You know, the depth of the mechanics in this game is just insane. All right, let's see. Office, what do we do? I guess we skip turn and see how well the pickup sells. All right, quite good. I guess let's crank it up. Factories, production, here we go. Where is it? Children, yeah. Let's go all the way here, and then let's actually see. I don't even really, I'm starting to forget what factories actually have. So it's easier to look here. Okay, do we have any free lanes? No. Production lines available. 0. I guess maybe we should build another factory. No, not here. We go to the map and let's build a factory here, I guess. So you can build a factory in pretty much any city. Again, you have those sliders that will adjust the rating, available production lines, production amount of units, optimization, technology, all that stuff. So let's do budget 700. That should be viable. And then you even have stuff like, you know, so say I built a factory here, I think. Yeah, so if you go to the factories, you can actually retool the factory. So as you can see, the factory was built in 1904, and which is quite a long time ago, and it's working only at the, so it's 38% VIR, so it's working pretty badly, and I have to retool it to increase its performance. I guess, do we have enough money? Yeah, we do. So let's retool this factory, and then let's have a look at this one. So maybe we retool this one as well. Yeah, it's even worse. So it's actually quite bad. You have to take care of this stuff, and you know, the same goes for the branches. So basically this branch is, well, not so old, but it's still not very new as well. So let's retool it. Yeah, you have to take care of all of that stuff, and it's quite insane amount of depth in this game. So what do we have? Increased gains, monthly losses. Oh shit, okay. I just lost $1 million. Well, unoptimized production. I've noticed that all production lines are not sure. Alright, I guess Let's keep a few more turns until the factory is built. Yeah, we now gain money. Perfect. So, I mean, you can see how it goes. It's basically, that's almost all the game has to offer. So, in addition, you have your showroom where you can check out your vehicles. So, here's my first vehicle that started bringing me money. That looks very old and very bad, actually. You can see all the statistics. So, it still sells quite well. So, but it's way beyond the peak now, I guess. This is the second vehicle that I designed, and then there's the last one, and then the one that I designed for the pickup that I designed in this video is this one. So it's, you know, it's quite nice to just see the statistics and performance and stuff like this. Quite nice. Let's see, let's go back to office. So one more thing that you have is actually a marketing budget. So if we go to the city, say here we have our branch, and we have a marketing for the city. So you can actually market your cars or your brands overall in every city separately, assign in the budgets. So at the moment I have like newspapers, billboards, magazines, sporting, and then events. Then there will be like radio, video, I think it's a TV or something, and then you will have internet, and what's the last one? Miscellaneous. No idea what this is. So you have a marketing which actually affects the sales quite a lot, so you have to put in some money for it as well. Otherwise, you know, if you don't market your good car well enough, it just won't sell and you will lose money, which is never a good thing. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we have the racetrack actually. So I haven't figured out completely how this works, but basically you can participate in racing with your cars. So let's say this one I think is the most powerful one, so you can give the funding and you can send it to the racing track. There's several different series. Not sure how that works, so I don't think they have any tutorials about that as well, so maybe I should lurk in the forums. And then you have yearly champions for this stuff. So yeah, as you can see, I finished second and with the 6 wins last year in the test series. So yeah, I'm not sure if, you know, what benefits does this gives or what is the actually effects. So the I mean, as you can see, the mechanics are pretty insane in this game, and the depth that it actually has is quite crazy, especially when you think about that it was developed by just one programmer. So it's just crazy, and they keep keep adding stuff. You know, the what was there when I clicked? Let me think about it. Oh yeah, the contractors. So this is just insane. I mean, this is, you know, lately there's been a very casual business simulators coming out, and like Game Dev Tycoon was, I think, the latest ones I played, and it was pretty damn casual. It was very easy to play, very easy to grasp, not too much depth to it. But this game is just crazy. This is, well, I mean, I would probably even go as far as to say that this is more complex than the stuff that was the tycoons that was available in the 90s, and those was complex enough. Okay, let's buy some forward shares, I guess. Wonder how much I need to actually take them over. Take over. Oh, okay, that is a lot of money. So I need 1 billion to take over forward. Well, not gonna happen. Okay, I guess that's pretty much all that I can show you. So I hope, yeah, one more thing. So when you have factories and distribution, there is one more factor, shipping distance. So you can actually control that. And yeah, as you can see, you can adjust, so it will affect the total cost of the vehicle production, but it will as well, you know, you can ship it either worldwide or somewhere locally, but cheaper. So it's kind of insane. Again, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of features and tiny mechanics that I haven't yet discovered, because 4 hours of gameplay of business simulator with this amount of depth is obviously not enough. So I'm guessing, you know, if you wanna find out about everything and or you wanna see it for yourself, the game actually has a free full demo available, and the developers said it's actually like 25% of the game, which is from 10 to 20 hours of gameplay depending on your speed. Just imagine that, 10 hours demo, and that's if you're fast. I'm pretty sure you can, you know, just download and see for yourself if you like it or not. The game is available on Steam Early Access for $15 or your regional equivalent, and it's currently available for Windows, as I already said, but later will be available for Mac and Linux. I personally can't wait to see more things coming here, because I guess, and you know, I guess maybe I should talk a bit about the problems the game has. So there are some issues with the, so I didn't, as already you saw that there was a few crashes during the video. Those are probably related to my recording software. I didn't really have that before when I just played the game. Some of the most annoying issues are the UI issues. So they are like, you know, they are not critical, you can still play, but the UI sometimes is a bit quirky, like the sliders get stuck, and as you've seen in the car creation, there's some like when you select the thing in the drop down menu and then you get to you accidentally click a slider below it and it gets stuck. It's a bit annoying, but you know, that will definitely get fixed, because it's an easy thing to fix and no problems at all for a developer who could actually build something as in-depth as these games. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, go check it out. This is GearCity. It's pretty amazing. If you like business simulators, and if you like in-depth business simulators, this is definitely the game of your choice. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye!